I'm on the Armed Services
Committee,
I'm not in the
Mr.
business
Attorney
right
General.
now. It makes you look unserious to suggest that.
May I answer your question or not?
Answer the question about whether or not you know about all the millions of dollars that moved
you
through
don't
Rob
want me to
Walker's
answer about North Korea?
I already know the answer, and so does everyone. They're not the same risk as China. So let's get on to serious questions and serious answers.
And that is Florida Republican Matt Gaetz badgering Attorney General Merrick Garland and making a House hearing chaotic and nonsensical. Because when Gaetz talks about getting on to serious questions and serious answers, here's what follows. A question about Hunter Biden's associates.
Do you know about the money that moved through Rob Walker's shell companies, yes or no?
As I have said repeatedly, I have left these matters to Mr. Weiss. I've not intruded. I've not interfered. I've not tried to find out what he knows.
It's like you're looking the other way on purpose because everybody knows this stuff's happening.
And what's happening here is that Gaetz is not satisfied with Special Counsel Weiss and the lack of evidence against Hunter Biden's father, President Biden. So Gaetz is literally going crazy on Garland. But this was just a break from Gaetz going crazy on fellow Republicans.
I oppose the CR authored by my friend and colleague from Florida, Byron Donalds.
CR stands for Continuing Resolution. It's a measure introduced by Republican Byron Donalds to continue funding the government and keeping it open. He describes Gaetz's opposition as bewildering and self-defeating.
I would challenge my colleague from Florida to create a coalition that tries to actually get a victory for the American people. If he wants to have a personal thing with me going back and forth, he's entitled to, but I don't care about that foolishness. I want to win.
So this isn't personal, but we have to now realize that Kevin McCarthy has put us behind the 8 ball. We have had control of the House of Representatives for 8 months, and we did not stay on schedule moving spending bills to advance our priorities.
That's right. In addition to battling Donalds and being described by Donalds as foolish, Gaetz is also going to war with Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. McCarthy opposes Gaetz's efforts to shut down the government and says Gaetz seems angry that McCarthy didn't support him, Gaetz, during an ethics scandal over an underage prostitute.
It's not something I lay out there that Matt's mad about an ethics complaint. It's an ethics complaint that happened in the last Congress that Matt went to other members saying, I'm going to try to influence Kevin to get involved in an ethics complaint. I can't do it. Yeah. It's illegal.
It's pretty extraordinary.
It's not something I will be a part of.
Well, in that particular clip, Kevin was lying. There's no other way to put it. I have never asked Kevin McCarthy or anyone else to interfere in an ethics matter.
Gaetz is also smearing McCarthy with this.
So he's been reckless and unhinged and rattled and misogynist in how he's attacked those who are making a substantive argument.
And Gaetz is also calling McCarthy corrupt and lazy.
The way forward is to have single subject spending bills, and we should start tonight. We should cancel every weekend. We should work 12-hour days if necessary. And then we have to deal with the leaders who put us in this bad spot in the first place.
The net effect of Gaetz and other Freedom Caucus conservatives has been that the Republican caucus is now paralyzed. And if the House cannot pass a funding bill and the government shuts down, the GOP will own it and suffer politically. So why is Matt Gaetz on this apparent kamikaze mission to bring down the government and bring down his own political party? Well, if nothing else, Gaetz's wild fights are raising his profile and paving the way for a potential run for Florida governor. And in the GOP, candidates who rain hell on everybody, including their own party establishment, have broken through in competitive Republican primaries. For his part, Gaetz is not denying the gubernatorial campaign aspirations.
It's something you've talked about and thought about, the Florida governor, no?
Plenty of people in Tallahassee when I was there this last week were razzing me. They were former colleagues in the legislature, and they were, I think, being overly laudatory in trying to encourage me to seek the governorship. But it's really not something I'm thinking about. It's 3 years away.
That's true. The gubernatorial race is far off. In the meantime, Gaetz is like a human wrecking ball trying to destroy everything in sight. And because of his carefree approach, he might just bring down his own party's House Speaker and wreck the U.S. economy along the way. There is crazy, and then there is Matt Gaetz. By the way, some MAGA morons recently rolled into New York City, and things got weird very quickly.
Trump or death! Trump or death!
Take off your mask! Take off your mask and breathe!
Check out that video at the link below. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.